Friends, how's it going? Ash here. Welcome back to Gents. Hope you're well. So since the last time I made a video talking about just tens of thousands of fake fragrances flooding the market, I'm happy to report abso-friggin-lutely nothing has changed.
Well, the game has changed.
But the players are the same.
There are fake fragrances everywhere. It is an unstoppable flood. And today I'm going to be showing you guys 3 different fake fragrances that I purchased. I'm going to name and shame exactly where I got them from. And apparently some of these are actually running through just the same place, even under different names, so we'll get to that too. And it's gotten to be so ridiculous that I think I'm legitimately just going to use my extra channel, extra Gents that I don't post on very often, to just talk about this. So I'm gonna be buying fake fragrances and comparing them up close with the real deal. That way there's a place that people can go online and directly see, is what I bought real or is it fake? So the fakes I'm gonna talk to you guys about here today, I bought for the price of $58.84 for one of them, $37.52 for the other, and $48.26 for the last. Because for the longest time, people would be like, oh, well, if you see a fragrance for $15, obviously it's fake. And a lot of the people know that now, so they're charging more for the fake fragrances because people think, oh, I mean, that's decently expensive. It's probably gonna be real. No, it is not.
He got cooked.
So all 3 of the ones today I purchased through eBay. Yeah. There is an unbelievably huge number of fake fragrances on eBay. And as time goes, I'm also gonna buy fakes from other marketplaces, Walmart, Amazon, Temu, Shein. And I'll show you guys exactly how these fakes look. That way you can know what to look out for. And like I said, we're gonna name and shame some people that are ripping other guys off, you know? It's no good, it's no good. Don't be doing that.
I feel a little bit cheated here.
So what fragrances did I purchase? Well, Azzaro's Forever Wanted Elixir, nice popular new scent right there. Also, Acqua di Gio Profumo, the discontinued hype beast, though we're gonna be comparing it a little bit more to my bottle of Profumo Special Blend. And the last fragrance? Valentino Uomo Born in Roma Purple Melancholia. Yes, they can get fakes out that quickly. This is a new fragrance from this year. It hasn't been out that long at all, and there are already fakes flooding the market. So you may ask yourself, well, why does it even matter if all these fakes are everywhere? Well, it matters for a few different reasons. First off, it just sucks that people are getting ripped off that don't know any better, because they'll see on eBay when they're making a purchase, shop with confidence, eBay money back guarantee. You know, they have all of these different things all over the place on the website, basically trying to tell you, oh yeah, no problem, it's real.
I'm being played.
So a lot of people who don't know any better, they get ripped off, they get taken advantage of. Maybe they buy it for themselves, maybe they buy it as a present for somebody else. You don't know what's on the inside of the fragrances. For all we know, they're just packed full of carcinogens. Just giving yourself some sick skin cancer, nice. And then the other big problem is that once these fragrances are out there in circulation, you got a problem. Maybe some people are gonna be unscrupulous and try to return it to a store, and then you have fake stock somehow in a store or something like that. Maybe they sell it on down the road to somebody else. They don't even realize they bought a fake, and now they're giving that fake to somebody else. So now 2 people are getting ripped off. And like I said, you don't even know what's in these things. So maybe you buy it as a gift for like your son or somebody else's kid, and not great. Now I even have the legit versions of these linked in the description, except for Profumo, that stuff's discontinued. And one thing I wanna hit on really quick before we dive deep into eBay and start doing some comparisons between the fragrances, if you wanna make sure you're getting something legit, either buy retail, so from Macy's, Sephora, Ulta, stuff like that, or buy from a legitimate discounter. So those are like FragFlex, Fragrance Net, Fragrance Buy, JOMASHOP, etc., etc. And of course, I do have a ton of codes you can use to save money at those discounters. They're in the description. You can copy and paste. They're right here as well. So if you want to save like an extra 5-10%, depending on what store you're talking about, you can use those codes to save yourself extra cash. And all of those discounters are legit. I've placed thousands of orders legitimately at this point. It's kind of depressing over the years, and those places have never done me wrong. All right, first off, let's take a look at this one. Forever Wanted Elixir by Azzaro. So this one was the one that cost $37.52. Let me pull up the exact listing here. 48 of these have sold from the listing that I purchased it from. They have 2 more available, so if you want to get ripped off, there you go, there's 2 more left. This one's trending, it says. 48 have already sold, nice. And this is one thing that drives me insane about eBay right now. If you pull this up, the first thing you'll see is find similar items from Perfume Empire Fragrance Store, 6.7 million items sold. And then it says sponsored off to the side, but if you're not paying any attention, you may see that and think, oh, okay, well, 6.7 million items sold, this is a legit store. And as well, the same thing pops up if you scroll down a little bit on the listing. Find similar items from, and it has the seller right there, a different seller. There is a little sponsored thing, but again, it gives you the impression of, oh, these are maybe, connected. This is obviously a legit seller. Now, the store I bought it from is Now Deals Store. 97.6% positive as far as their sales ratings. It says USA warehouse, free shipping, eBay, top rated seller. And if you go into their listings, they have Armagh fragrances, they have Lattafa fragrances, they have Azzaro, they've got a few different things there. And the problem is, this is completely and totally fake. And this one says it was coming from Norcross, Georgia, and it did come from Georgia, Doraville, Georgia. And the address that it came from is actually just a nondescript warehouse. If you type in the address, it just pulls up a random building. It's not associated with really anything. Very shifty. So let's do a quick side-by-side here. The original is here, the fake is here. And I will say this is the easiest one to tell immediately that it's fake if you know what to look for. So the color scheme is off right away. The gold is a different shade. It's shorter than the real deal bottle. The cap does not click on correctly. The little bullet indentations on top of the bottle are wrong. Where it says Azzaro on top of the cap is wrong. It should have sort of a little raised edge around where it says Azzaro. This one doesn't. On the side of the bottle, the knurling, this sort of design that it has, is also wrong. It's lifted up more so you can feel it more when you rub your finger over it. It's not as smooth as the real deal. And also the paint itself is wrong. So on the original one, you can kind of see through it. It's reflective, but you can also see through at the same time. On the fake one, it's just a cheap gold paint that's slathered over the bottle, which actually has chipping in it all over the place. The sticker on the bottom is wrong as well. And when you take the cap off, you can see that the atomizer is also wrong. So if you know what to look for with the bottle, you can tell instantly this is a fake, right? But if you don't know any better, it's maybe close enough that when you take a look at it, you go, that'd be really hard to fake, so it's gotta be real. It's not. So the real deal one actually has an atomizer that's kind of terrible. The fake one maybe has a better atomizer. I mean, not really. It has this weird click to it when you spray it. Well, you couldn't hear it that time. But the original one here, it has that big burst of raspberry when you first spray it on, that leather aspect as well coming through very clearly. The fake one doesn't smell like much at all, honestly. It is piss weak. Maybe a faint hairspray mixed with a god-awful leather note, if you want to call it that. It's truly awful. It's useless. I mean, there's really nothing in here that smells very nice at all from the tiny itty-bitty bit that you can actually smell. Now, the box itself, at first blush, if you don't know what to look for or anything, actually looks pretty close. Unfortunately, I did throw the box away a while back for the original. Like I said, that's why I'm thinking of buying real deal ones, comparing it, and then putting that out there, and I'll probably just give away the real ones that I buy that I already own. Let me know if you're interested in that. And one thing I do want to really drive home here when it comes to these boxes for the fakes is a lot of people for a long time, they would go, okay, just check the badge code. If the badge code shows up online, it's good. Or they'd say, check the item number. And if the item number shows up online, then that means it's good as well. But obviously that's not true because they're going to fake those. They're gonna buy a real one and they're gonna go, okay, copy that. So if you enter that online, it's gonna pop back as like, oh yeah, it was manufactured by Azzaro, yada, 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 but it's not real. This stuff is literal garbage. And if you go online right now, if you go to eBay or any of the other marketplaces and you type in Azzaro Forever Wanted Elixir, it's gonna pop up a copious amount of fakes. $38.85, 10 watchers, $34.98, 48 sold, almost gone. Perfume Nook, 96.9% positive, $28.79, $30.88, $34.99, $33.51. All of them are fake. Now this is really why I did the video. Acqua di Gio Profumo. So this fragrance right here was a hype beast, but then it was discontinued. And actually one of you guys out there reached out to me and you said, hey man, do you think that the hype has died down so much that this is now worth X amount? And you know who you are, shout out to you. Leave a comment below if you want. I don't want to dox anybody. But he said, do you think that the hype has died down to the point that now Profumo is going for this amount? Because I can find it on eBay and you know, the seller has good ratings and this, that, and the other thing. And I said, no, it's absolutely 100% fake. And then I said, well, you know, if I'm getting these emails, then there are definitely people just buying it. And actually that's another big problem as well. You have people who will watch a review and they'll be like, that sounds awesome. They'll go to eBay, they'll buy something like that, and then they'll get it in and spray it on and go, this stuff sucks. What are those people online talking about? And they don't realize it's not real. Okay, so this one I bought from Nouries82F. NOURIES_82F. 99.8% positive, 1,201 feedback. And if you look at the pictures for the listing, it's all just like media photos of Profumo. Now this one you can clock pretty quickly, just as far as the box itself, because if you look at the writing on the back, it's off kilter. So it's not where it should be. It looks a little amateur, it feels a little amateur in the hand, but when you take a look at the bottle, you can tell right away that's not real, if you know what to look for. That being said, fakes have gotten a lot better than they used to be. They used to be way, way worse. So if you look just at the front of the bottle, it's decently close. Like, yeah, the glass is a little bit rougher than it should be. The font may be a little bit rougher as well. But if you take a look at the bottom there, this should be metal. So this should be aluminum on the bottom of the bottle, like you see here on Profumo Special Blend. Instead, it is plastic. And it is a rough, crappy plastic, if I do say so myself. It looks like somebody took some sandpaper and just tried to sand the edges off for some reason. But if you just look right at the bottom, I mean, maybe you would go, it says Acqua di Gio Profumo. I mean, that would be hard to fake. Side by side, you can definitely tell how much lower quality the fake is. But again, if you don't have the real deal to compare to, the GA on top of the cap is a little bit off. It is, though, magnetic. Not a great magnet, but it does have a magnetic cap. Now that being said, Profumo, especially later in its life, had a click-on cap. But for most people, they're gonna see this and be like, oh, it's a magnet. I mean, that's gotta be real too, right? Also has a little GA on top of the atomizer. So actual Acqua di Gio Profumo, like I said, one of the more hyped Acqua di Gios ever released. It's deep, it's rich, it commands attention, it's fresh, has that fantastic incense note that cuts through. And even though Acqua di Gio Parfum is out nowadays, and a lot of people will use that as an alternative to this one, for a lot of people, Profumo just can't really be replicated. So how does this fake smell? Well, let's spray it on. Atomizer is actually okay. It feels almost pressurized, but shoots out in a weird distribution. I don't know if you can tell that or not, but it feels okay to the hand or the finger. I really don't want to go smell that right now. So side by side, if you know Profumo, you know immediately this ain't it. I'll tell you what it smells like. It smells like a really crappy version of a cheap Ferragamo. Kind of like this one, Free Time. So this right here, 20, 25 bucks. That's what the Ferragamo goes for. This smells kind of like that. If it were mixed maybe with like a little Versace Pour Homme. Yeah, so it's kind of like take this, mix it with Versace Pour Homme, Missoni Wave. Give it a nice, strong, chemical, unbalanced vibe to it, you know, a really synthetic kind of vibe. And then have it vanish off the tester strip in approximately 45 seconds. That's pretty much what this is. The original I can still smell clear as day off the strip. This crap, it's gone already. Garbage, absolute trash, once again. Oh, and by the way, that one, 44 people have already bought that. And again, 99.8% positive. As of this video, they are also selling fake Acqua di Gio Elixir, fake Burberry Hero, fake Mancera Instant Crush, fake Luna Rossa Ocean Le Parfum, fake By the Fireplace. So yeah, not great. And I want to bring this up. I've done this before. I've bought things from eBay before. I've reported listings to eBay. I've reported fakes over and over. They don't remove them. Or if they do, they just let them come right back. So this one came from a fake address in New York, in West Babylon, New York. And when you look the address up, it actually says that address is not real. It doesn't exist. So eBay is allowing them to sell from an address that's not real. And by the way, the seller info, which is provided by eBay, actually has this as coming from somebody in Tunisia. So it's being shipped from New York to here, but then the seller info is somebody in Tunisia, and the New York address is not real. And then the final fragrance we're gonna take a look at here today, Valentino Uomo Born in Roma Purple Melancholia. Now, interestingly, the person that I bought this from, it says that their seller info traces back to Saudi Arabia. But then the place it was actually shipped to me from was the exact same address in New York, the fake address that this was shipped to me from. So different account for this one and this one, different seller info coming from the same fake address in New York. And the seller of this, MDWA93 2070 feedback, 99.6% positive. Again, $54.86 was the price before tax and all of that, and it is now out of stock, 24 sold. They are currently selling fake Prada Paradox, fake Valentino Uomo Intense, fake Versace Pour Homme, fake Boss Bottled Absolute, and more. All right, so Purple Melancholia, unfortunately, I bought in the smaller size. I do have Valentino Uomo Intense right here, though. And actually, once again, it looks really good. If you don't know any better, you're probably gonna get duped by this one. The stickers on the bottom are a little bit different, so that's one giveaway. The glass does not feel correct. That's another giveaway. It's very smooth on the side where it shouldn't be. You can see where the bottle is actually fused on the side of the fake that you don't find on the real deal. Also the glass, if you look at it up close, is much rougher on the fake. The little Valentino on the front, this kind of pleather thing, is actually kind of coming off the bottle and you have to stick it back on, but it also doesn't feel correct. It's way too smooth and pleathery, like very rubbery feeling, very fake, plasticky I should have said. One other thing, where the collar sits on the bottle, it's actually almost flush on the real deal, and that doesn't matter whether it's the larger size, smaller size, both are the same way. This one sits up a little bit. It's very noticeable when you see them side by side. As far as the atomizer on the fake one, it sticks up a little bit higher compared to the real deal, but I gotta give them credit, they even have the little V on the inside of the cap for the fake one. So you can't just check the inside and go, oh, there's no V there, it's fake, because they put it there. And their cap, the fake one, actually does fit on the real deal, so yay. The box itself also looks pretty good. The main thing that you could key in on the fake here is the writing is like, it's a little bit muddied looking. It doesn't look as clear as it should. So that is a bit of a giveaway. That being said, the box is textured. It feels a little cheap, but it's textured. And they even copied this on the inside. Yeah. What about the fragrance itself? So the original one, this one is gonna have really nice coconut scent profile, a nice lavender, kind of a creamy aspect to it. Sweet, fresh, very easy to wear. The fake version, this one, weird atomizer. You see it looks almost pressurized, but look how that distributes. It just kind of like pees straight down. Weird. It gets the front of the bottle all wet. Also, the color is barely off between the two Purple Melancholias. Ugh. Ugh. It's really hard to describe because it's not like a fragrance. It has a vague lavender kind of thing. It's once again very weak, so you can't pick up on a whole lot. Vaguely like a very cheap lavender fart spray that you would spray into a room, bathroom, not any room, it's a fart spray, you spray it into the bathroom. It smells vaguely like a very inexpensive dollar store lavender-ish poop spray, that you would spray into a bathroom if somebody has absolutely blown it out. Once again, it is absolute garbage. It dissipates almost instantly. There is absolutely no coconut in here. There's no sweetness. There's no anything. It's just this weird, sludgy, gross, almost lavender that again smells like the best place for it is in a truck stop bathroom with glory holes in the stalls. Like, this stuff sucks. And so it makes total sense that if there are this many people buying these and they think, well, it's 55, it's gotta be real, and then they get it in and spray it, that they would think, oh yeah, this stuff is absolute garbage. Like, what is everybody talking about? This stuff is absolute trash. It's unwearable. And yeah, this is. It's probably giving you cancer and your children cancer and your ancestors cancer. It's retroactively going back in time and killing them. Don't wear it. And it is extremely pronounced on eBay right now. Just about any popular fragrance you could think of. Just type it in. You'll see an insane number of fakes. Okay, I typed in Lamal Elixir best match. Let's see how far I have to scroll to find a fake one. The very first one is fake. $45, new in box, brand new. The person selling it has 13 feedback. The one below that is also fake. The one below that is also fake. The one below that is 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 fake. I'm not even kidding you. That one's fake. The one below that is fake. That is fake. That's not, it doesn't even come in that size. 3.7 ounce. Who wants the 3.7 ounce Lamal elixir? Yeah. They're all fake. So I want to reiterate once again, do not shop on eBay unless you know exactly who you're buying from. There are some retailers on eBay that are completely legit. The problem is there are probably 30 times the number of fraudsters who are going to rip you off than there are legit people on there. I don't even know if 30 times, it may be more than that. So this fake crap I'm gonna put up until I can buy full presentations in the exact same size and do a side-by-side for you guys on the extra channel. But I just wanted to bring this to everyone's attention. Even if people don't watch this channel regularly and they've tuned into this, understand there are tons of fakes on there. And that goes for women's fragrances and men's fragrances. And at this point, even clones. Like the reason that Lattafa and brands like that have introduced this whole certificate of authenticity where you can go to their website and verify is because there are fakes of those fragrances out there. And you may think like, why rip off a fake $25 fragrance? And the reason is, if they can get your money for it and they only have to spend, $2 to make it, they're gonna go for it. So that'll do it for me, guys. Just be careful with eBay. Amazon is the same way. Walmart is the same way. Their marketplace. Temu, which honestly you shouldn't probably be buying fragrances from Temu. Shein, AliExpress, all of this stuff. Wish, just inundated with fakes. If the price looks too good to be true, it is. I wanna thank you guys for hanging with me. Stay safe out there, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys.